morning. Hopefully y'all are in for it this morning with it and all kinds of good stuff going on. This is the morning chats. That's what we are. That's who we are. That's what we do. And I am your guy. It's that guy Jay here this morning. I'm grateful for everybody that is going to tune in on this morning. I'm super dope, super grateful for it. Do your thing real quick. Y'all know how I started off in the morning. Good morning. If you pop into the live, you got to say good morning back. That's the least that you could do. You got to say good morning back. Crystal Sky, good morning. See, there you go. That's all you got to do. It don't cost you nothing to say good morning now, will it? It ain't gonna cost you nothing to say good morning. What you say, Kizzy? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning again. So that's what we got going on this morning. Making sure that you find a good spot. This is gonna be a good spot for you this morning. This is gonna be real good. What you say, Clayton? What you say, man? Good morning, Miss Francis. What you say? Well, Francis, what you say? Good morning. Thank you for coming back, Nene. What you say? It's been a minute, girl. It's been a minute. Oh, you're back. You're back. So good deal with everybody. Good morning. So this is what we're gonna do this morning. You already know how this runs. Got a little change of pace on a couple of things. That kind of situation. And a little bit something for me. This is just for me. You know what I'm saying? Keep me moving. Miki, what you say? How you doing? So you already know how it goes. I'm throwing a minute on here. You got about 1 minute to honestly get somebody in the room. Let them know that I'm on. Let them know that the morning chats have started. And it's going to be something good to share with somebody this morning. It's going to be something real interesting for you to ask. I got a question. Y'all already know. If you paid attention to the hashtags, you already know what's getting ready to happen. Felicia, what you say? Good morning. What's Sham? One sham, I had to fix my hat, do a little something, a little something different. You got about 30 seconds to go ahead and like it, share it, send it to your best friend, tag some folk in it, however you want to do it. I don't force you to do anything. It's all on you, but you going to be kind of mad about them missing it, Andrea. What you say? Good morning. 15 seconds and we're going to dive right into it. I'm not going to be real long this morning, but it's definitely going to be something that's going to inspire you. That music is actually low, boss, and I actually had it down. I got you, man. I got you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. You heard me? All right, so check it out. The timer is at 0, and you already know the second hashtag always tells you. That second hashtag always tell you pretty much what we're going to talk about this morning. Only thing that I want to talk about, and I want to ask you the question. I started off with asking the question, and I got to ask the question. Who are you? Who are you? When is the last time you did? Who are you? That's the question that I want to find out this morning. I want to ask this morning. Who are you? Like real spill. Who are you? When is the last time you took that retrospective look in the mirror and really ask yourself the question, who am I? What am I doing here? How did I get to this point? And what is my purpose on the earth? That kind of situation. So I want to ask that question this morning. Who are you? Truth of the matter is, let's talk about it this morning. Let's chat for a little bit. The truth of the matter is, if you have not really asked yourself that question in a good little minute, chances are you're probably in a space and a place in your life that you're really not comfortable and really don't want to be in. Let's just be real with it. The truth of the matter is, if you can't answer the question this morning, who am I? That simply means that you have not been really what you were designed and custom made by the hands of God to really be. And if you can't answer that question, chances are it's time for that reevaluation period in your life, right? The truth of the matter is that it's many things that can shape us and rechange the surface of our identities. It's many things that can change that whole scheme of what we look like. Be it the circumstances of life, people that we've allowed in our lives, situations that just come up in our lives, job situations, financial situations, relationship situations. All of these things can really factor who we are if we don't know who our identity, like who we truly are as a person, as an individual, individual, as somebody that's wanting to be great in this world. And so again, I asked the question again, when is the last time you asked yourself, who am I? And really identified with the person that you are. Sarah, what you say this morning? When is the last time you really looked at that? Like it has to be. So it looks like in the book of Psalms, it tells you that God has, he did his greatest handiwork in creating you. So he made you, you wonderfully and fearfully made, creative process by the hands of God himself. So he actually took a moment to mold you into everything that you're supposed to be. However, we find that we allow everything else to shape exactly who we are. When is the last time you did something for you to make you happy, rather than trying to do something for somebody else to make them approve of who you are? When is the last time we actually asked ourselves these kind of questions? Like, do I really like my hair cut low, or do I really like my hair long down my back? Like, do I really like the color purple, or am I wearing it because everybody in the group wears the color purple? Like, do I even like the movie The Color Purple? Like, or am I watching it because black people say that's something that you should watch? Like, it's one of those kind of situations. So the thing is, it's a question of self-analysis again on this morning. That's one of my biggest things, and that's one of the biggest things I'm going to always talk about, is dealing with yourself. Because truth of the matter is, culturally, as a people, humanity-wise, across the board, we find error in everything and everyone else that we see, and we often never look at ourselves for a lot of the things that will actually happen, like that. A lot of the things that are going on, we don't look and analyze our own situations enough, but we can give full diagnosis of everybody else's situation. If you don't believe me, anybody in 2020 period have heard the conversation, if I were you, ... If you heard somebody say that, chances are it's because they have found a way to diagnose your entire situation, not realizing that the situation that they're diagnosing is not as bad as the situation that they're actually in. So you got to be real mindful of knowing who you are and what you would allow to yourself to go through in order to get to the places that you're trying to be in life. So when is the last time you honestly ask yourself the question, who am I? What are you here for? What am I made for? What can I do? What can I do better than the next person? And it ain't nothing to be in competition, but it's the thing about it is that I'm so exclusive that I know how to do something that somebody else doesn't know. And even if they know how to do the same thing in the same field in which I do it in, they can't do it as good as I can, because I am who I am, and that's just what it is. So it was even crazy. Psychosis. If you really want to talk about the spiritual side of it, if you believe anything, if you believe that there's a God somewhere out there, you would have to believe the portion of the Bible when he told Moses to go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh, let the people of God go, right? And then and Moses asked the question that a lot of us need to ask. He says, well, who shall I say gave this particular order, gave this command? Who shall I say sent me to deliver this message? And God himself even says, I am that I am. Like, do you tell him, I am sent you? So the thing is like one of the biggest things in your life, in order for you to honestly find your balance in life, find your place in life, find your groove in life, is to answer the question, who am I? What am I here for? And if you cannot answer the question at this time, that's not a bad thing that you don't know. It means simply that you need to spend just a little bit more time digging into the character and the person that you are. Find out your strengths, find out your weaknesses, find out your the things that you like, find out your dislikes, find out what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you frown, what scares you, what you have to find out all these things to answer the question, who am I? And then the truth of the matter is, let me make sure I get this, I gotta get this one out if I don't get anything else out and say anything else to you. When you find out who you are, when you become confident in who you are, everybody will not agree with you being confident in who you are. Kenyatta, Antonisha, what you say? Jay, what you say? And that's just what it is. Everybody's not going to accept you for being who you are. And you got to be okay with that. You can't go around changing yourself every moment of the day behind people that don't even accept themselves. How is it so easy that we're easily persuaded to go to the left or the right dealing with other people? And truth of the matter is, we're trying to impress people that don't even know who they are. And that's the craziest thing to me ever, because we are literally fighting our battles and living our lives in the shadow of people that honestly don't know who you are. I love the person is like the one person. Okay, I gotta say it on here. Good morning. What you say, BJ, D-Bots again, and Joel. Good. I gotta use bots because you on here. I gotta use you. If you know D-Bots, I told y'all go follow his podcast on Patreon. It's something amazing. It's the funniest thing you ever gonna listen to. If you like, I'm telling you, the one thing I know about D-Bots is that D-Bots is D-Bots and will not change for nobody. And I'm not saying that you don't have to adjust for certain environments, because every environment has a thermostat that you must adjust sometimes in temperatures, but make sure you're that thermostat, that you set the vibe for it. You don't have to go in there and being raw, uncut. You don't have to go in every room and be your hood self, acting it's certain places that have certain things, certain timings, and you have to know how to make certain adjustments. But as far as the character in which you are, you don't have to make adjustments to please people. No, you don't have to do that. Like, why would you want to change who you are, your personality traits, the things that really draw people to you? You change those things to fit somebody else's mold, and then you wonder why you end up often by yourself. It's because you have no oomph. You have no je ne sais quoi. You don't have any pull or any star power to draw people or attract to you. You should have, your personality should be as a magnet. It should be able to pull people that are completely opposite from you into a field, and y'all should be able to click. And no matter what environment you in, you should be able to adjust. Right there you go, D-Bots in the comments. Make sure you follow his podcast. And you should be able to adjust anytime in any place that you're put in. That's just what it is. But if you don't know who you are, you can walk in a room full of people and you trying to be like every person that you encounter. You're literally trying to have a chameleon type personality, and being a chameleon is not a good thing, because a chameleon, listen to me, even in the wild, a chameleon only changes colors to get himself out of a bad situation. He doesn't just adjust the colors because he feels like adjusting the colors, because that chameleon can sit on the same branch for days and he be that one green color. But when enemies come around, when he's going into defense mode, he begins to transform his colors to pull himself out of dangerous situations. And that's what we have to learn to be adjustable on, is that we need to know when to move, when to execute, when to change, when to morph into what we need to be in order to pull ourselves out of certain situations. But you don't have to blend into the crowd, because everybody, again, that's the difference between being, let's look at a movie production. The star of the movie is the one that's generally in front of the camera. The star of the movie is the one that's getting all the lines and have all the active, like they get the best of everything. There's something on a movie set there called atmosphere, meaning that you don't have any lines, you don't have any big parts, you don't even look at the camera. All you do is blend into the background and you walk by. You walk by the camera. You don't do anything. Don't look up. You be natural. You just walk on by the camera as if you don't see the camera, while the lead person is getting all the respect, getting all the accolades. You were the best background player in your life. You were the biggest, the baddest, and the best one. That you ain't nobody walk across that camera like you. But guess what? Nobody cares, because your name is just at the bottom of the credits list. It's saying extra person number 34. You didn't know that you was just an extra. You allowing yourself to become extras in everybody else's production instead of being the star of your own production. So I ask you the question again: who am I? Like, you should ask yourself the question: who are you? Like, what are you made for? What are you good at? What are you doing? Like, that's the thing. You are literally like, if you would never ever be number one at anything else in your life, the thing I am the best at for sure is being Johnny. Like, there's a lot of people named Johnny. There's actually a couple of people I know named Johnny Henderson. That was the craziest part about it, right? It's a lot of people named, but guess what? They can't be that guy Jay Hen, no matter how hard they try. You could put on a hat, shave your hair, grow a beard, put some glasses on, get a gap in your mouth. You could be as dark skinned, you could be as fly. I know, I look good. I know. You can be all that you want to be, but the idea behind it is that nobody nobody can beat you at being you, and it's because I know I have purpose, and that's the thing about it. So this morning, I'm asking you to ask yourself a question. Ask yourself an honest question, and you can't lie to yourself. If you're gonna lie to anybody, listen, and you shouldn't lie to anybody. However, you better not lie to yourself trying to figure out who you are, and because a lot of things, honestly, you shortchange yourself for years upon years upon years upon years, trying to conform yourself to be exactly what you're not. Be comfortable in the skin you're in. I'm just saying, like, there's no, oh man, come on, boy, talk about it. Ain't nothing like the original. You say what you want to. Listen, I'm a musician. I'm a music fan. They did an amazing tribute to Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm gonna have to get the name of the album for you. It was like some new current artists that went back and they covered a bunch of Earth, Wind, and Fire hits. And as I'm listening to it, I'm listening at everybody's interpretation of what they heard when they listened at Earth, Wind, and Fire. And some of them I liked. And then some of them I was like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You know why? Because the original Earth, Wind, and Fire was so locked together that they knew exactly what they wanted to do in their sound, and they never deviated from it. They never moved their music to a style to try to conform to another sound, because they created a sound that they know. The idea behind it is being original wins all the time. And they knew that they were Earth, Wind, and Fire. They not trying to be the OJs. They were not trying to be the Temptations. They were not trying to be Maze. They were not trying to be any other band. They wasn't trying to be Sly Stone, and they wasn't trying to be none of them. No, they wanted to be Earth, Wind, and Fire because that's who they were created to be. The same with you. Ask yourself today the question: who am I? What am I here for? What am I doing here? Who like what can I do that nobody else can do? Is it something that I'm good at? Or is it something that I'm not? Like, what can I, how do the scales weigh out in my life? Like, and that's the question that I want you to ask yourself on this morning. Let me do this too. This is the thing I want to do. So for this next part, I want you to do this in the comments this morning. And if you've never done this, this is up to you if you want to do it. But this is what I'm asking for this morning. Normally we say the encouragement part. I'm going to throw the timer up. You can do your encouragement. That's cool. But this morning, I want you to make declarations on knowing who you are this morning. I want you to comment who you are. Who do you feel that you are this morning? Because if you don't have a starting point, you'll never get to the ending of the race. Like, that's just what it is. You got to start something before you can finish it. That's just the truth of the matter. So I want you, if you've never thought about this, if you never had this complex thought trying to figure out who you are, what I want you to do is I want you to comment right now. Like, comment, put it in the comments. I am, and you put what you are. See, because if I wanted to talk about me, I'm probably one of the best people that ever hit the face of the earth. Dark skin, bald head, bearded legend. I am the greatest thing since sliced bread and free cheese. Like, there's nothing better than me. There's nothing that's going to come after me that's going to be greater than me. Nobody that can match what I can do, because I'm Johnny. That's who I am. I'm that guy. I'm that dude. I'm that one. I'm that friend like nobody else's business. I'm a companion like nobody else's issue. The thing is, I know who I am. I was created to make sure that my voice is going to be one of the voices that change the world. That's just who I am. And regardless of whether you agree with it or not, your agreement in who I am doesn't change the fact that I know who I am. And the only thing that life is trying to do, and situations and the people that don't want to see you be great, the only thing their job is, honestly, is to get you out of the mindset of who you are. Your greatness can never be achieved if you don't know who you are. Tanisha, tell them again. You see what she says? I'm popping them on the screen. Let's go. Don't you say, Tanisha? There it is. There it is. There it is. That's it. There you go. There you go. That's all it takes. So this is your thing this morning. Like, I want you to put, if you are big and bad enough and you know who you are, you comment put in the comments right now, I am, and you feel it out. You let people know this morning who you are, because truth of the matter is, it's a lot of people that may not ever figure out who their identity is. And again, a lot of stuff, Dr. Miles Monroe said it, a lot of greatness is right there in the graveyard, because nobody ever felt. All these people that are laying down in the grave never found out that they were that great. So that's what you got this morning. That's who you are this morning. Let it be known this morning. Come on with it. Tanisha, and maybe she's the only one that's great on here. Thank you so much, Tanisha, for being the one that has started off all the time and be great, because I know I'm great. Hey, I have nothing better to do with it. What you say, K-Lamp? The lamp like that never goes out. I'm just saying, dude, be great. Like, be great. There it is. Like, there you go, Miss. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. There you go. There it is. That's it. That's what you see, that Miss Francis, there you go, right there. She lets it, I am a joyful, so don't come around her with that irritation and that bothering in my inner peace type situation, because she's a joyful woman of God. There you go, right there. And it's Arlene, what you say? And I'm a teacher of God's word, and I give him all the praise and the glory. I am a child of the King. See, these are people that know what your purpose, because if you never can answer the question of who you are, you never will get to the place of where you're going to be. You have to be able to answer the question. What you say? There it is. I am Brian. He just is. There he is. That's who he is. There he is. That's who he is. BJ, what you say, man? There it is. That's who he is. That's what I need to see. Let people know who you are. You make the stake on your claim, because the enemy will always hold you down if you don't have an identity. If you don't know who you are, you can't be identified amongst the rank of the greatness, because you don't know that you're great. There it is. Come on, Kim, what you say? Look at it. A helper, a teacher, true motivator. That's who she is. That's just what it is. That's what it is, too. And I want y'all to know that Tanisha not only the powerhouse alto. Let me say it up for this one. You see, that, Sarah, tell her, I am anointed. I am purpose. I'm empowered. I'm a child of God. I'm a spiritual contributor, not a spiritual consumer. I'm free. I'm healed. I'm fearless. I'm unashamed. I'm called. You better talk. You better let them know who you are. That's what I'm talking about, Sarah. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Now, in case y'all didn't know, I want y'all to understand, too. Tanisha is not only the powerhouse alto, but, you know, these powerhouse pastries, I'm just going to talk about them for a minute, because she's also a baker. Never mind. You got to taste them. It's just something else that you got to do, because she do some great. I'm just saying, she throw down like that, too. There it is. Felicia, what you say? There it is. There it is. These are declarations that you have to make on a daily basis, because every time you make a declaration, you throw another lump of coal on the devil's head. Because as long as you don't know who your identity is or where you're rooted in, he can make and blow you every which way. Why you think that even a cruise ship, every ship that sails on the water always has a name? Everything has to have an identity on it. You can't go in the store and just get something that just says, even if it's just the name of what it is, it still has a name. It's still something. That's what it is. What you say, Jay? Look at it. There you go. There you go, Jay. I know who I am in him, but definitely original. There's not there it is. Come on, man. Come on. This is what I like to see. This is what I want to see this morning. Hey, I am never never defeated. These words will control your atmosphere. And when you begin to speak these kind of life-changing affirmations and letting people know who you are, letting everything around you, including things that are physical and spiritual, mentally and emotionally, when you take charge of who you are, you find that your atmosphere and your world begins to change. Come on, what you say? I'm necessary. Like, let somebody know that I do have worth. You ain't gonna just tell me that I'm just a little bit one cog in this wonderful big thing. No. That don't work like that. I'm necessary, because if I wasn't here, you can't find nobody to replace me. You can find somebody else that can do the job, but you can't find nobody to replace me. Talk about it. What you say, Felicia? Be a thermostat, not a thermometer. I change the atmosphere. I got the master control in here. Like, if I wanted to be cooler, we can be cooler. If I wanted to be super hot in this thing, I can turn it up. That's just something about who you are. You got to know who you are today. Oh, there we go. We have to own our self-worth at any cost. Because if you don't own your self-worth, people will label you as everything but what you actually are. And what you find, and when people begin to put labels on you, it doesn't fit who you are, but you become what you're labeled. If you allow people to put labels on you, it may not fit who you are, but you become what you are labeled. Be mindful of how you let people label you. I don't care what you do to hear what you say, my guy. There it is. You see that? You see that right there? The first, there you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Keep talking. Y'all keep talking. I'm loving this. Y'all, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Oh, there it is. That's what it is. You have to know if God in his power, in his deity, had enough unction to identify himself, then how much more shall we identify ourselves to make sure that the world is on alert that I'm getting ready to move. I'm getting ready to make something great happen. I have to be identified. I will not be just a blended background. I will not just I will not just be another face in the crowd. No, I won't. I'm the star of this production, and if you don't like it, go star in your own production. You don't have to be the star in my production. How you let people in your life on your production stage get more face and camera time than you? Nah. Oh, no. That's not gonna work like that. There it is. I'm always fighting for peace. See, that's the thing about it. If you can get that in, if you can get them 5 letters in your life, then you got something heavy walking in your life. That's what it comes down to. That's it. That's what it comes down to. So y'all, that's just what it is. This the morning chat this morning makes me ask the question again. Who am I? What am I doing with my time? What am I doing with my life? Am I doing something great? Am I trying to be great? Or I'm trying to be greater than what I am? Will I be the same that I was on yesterday? Will I be greater than I am today? Like it's just these things. When you begin to ask yourself these questions, then and only then will you be able to move forward into who you really are. Ask yourself the question, who am I? And you don't ask anybody else that. No. Jesus asked the people that is. That was funny that he asked the question already knowing who he was. There's only one person that was really right about who he was, but that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. So ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question. For those of you who were bold enough to put it in the comments who you are, thank you. Let me say thank you and let me say congratulations. Because if you never ever ask yourself that question today, you just inspired yourself that you're greater than you thought that you were. When you begin to spell it out and honestly let people know exactly who you are, then you can actually let your greatness be shown amongst the people. Like, that's just what it is. So you're great. You are great. You are great. You are great. You were meant to be great. You were meant to be amazing. You were meant to be everything else. And yeah, it's the morning chat, y'all. So y'all already know how it is. Y'all, again, thank y'all so much for coming on and joining me with the morning chats. Follow me on all these platforms. I am in the makings of doing something real crazy. So I want y'all to be ready for what's coming up next. Just be mindful and set your notifications. I'ma beseech you guys to go and look for Johnny Henderson page, official page, and I'm gonna need y'all to set y'all notifications for that one. I got something that's in the work and it's about to be crazy. So again, thank y'all so much for joining in on the morning chats. It's that guy Jay Hen, and I'll see you guys on the next chat. And keep putting them in the comments. Let somebody go back and read and they're going to try to figure out why these people keep telling them who they are. That's because you know who you are. And when you know who you are, you're on your way to making it to your destiny. It's that guy Jay Hen, and I'll see you guys on the next chat.